Good afternoon. My name is Scott Rutledge, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com, and welcome to today's recap and look ahead right in front of a big jobs report tomorrow where the S&P is sitting at key resistance. What's somebody to do? What's a trader to do? I guess it all depends on your risk tolerance and I guess your base case. It's hard to tell if this is a bull flag ready to break out and go or a bull trap. But earlier today or yesterday, I was talking about how I do think we see 2000 or 213 versus 207, meaning 3 points up versus 3 points down based on the strength in the Russell, the strength in the bios, the strength in the banks. And I guess, the market's making you, be long or have some kind of risk in order to benefit from that. So the question is tomorrow, what kind of number do we have? I personally think that the market wants a better than expected jobs number, not a too hot number, not like a 220, 250 plus, but like somewhere 170 to 190, which would then say, okay, the Fed's going to raise rates, maybe not too many. The banks will be strong, tech will probably be okay. Hopefully oil doesn't sell off too much, and maybe we get a little bit of follow through. If it's a very weak number, I don't think the market's going to like it because the markets want banks to still have a bid and a little bit of clarity. But those are just my humble thoughts. If we go to the charts, this is what we see. Okay, here is the double bottom. Woohoo! Here is your commitment to the double bottom. And then here is your first real resistance point, which comes from last year. That was there. Then take it across, and here we are. And you had your pullback. Remember this head and shoulders top that everyone said looked like a head and shoulders top with the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder? Well, that got negated right there. If you were short versus descending channel, here was your cover. And if you were thinking to be neutral and you were waiting to be long, that was your potential buy. And now what are we doing? We are going sideways. Sideways in front of the 2016 high and in front of a major resistance zone. Now some think, okay, and I hate to be that guy, some think that this is going to happen. That here, just like last year, didn't this look awesome? You had your double bottom, moved in, here, inside, inside, inside. I remember being very, very long on this day, right in front of there, and then that happened, and that happened. That was not fun. That was a pain in the, the culo. So I'm hoping, fast forward to here, where we're hovering right in front of old resistance, that's not the case. You can't trade as if that's the case. You have to trade with what's kind of going on and what the probabilities are somewhat telling you. And I know the volume is low and the fundamentals aren't great, but it does feel as if there was a lot of ways to go down this week and we didn't. So that's telling me maybe that there is more upside. Okay, let's look at the Russell, the IWM. Wow, IWM is already above the 2016 highs. Okay, this cleared this spot right here, okay, which is the same descending channel after a red dog reversal and at highs. So kind of healthy that people are looking for growth. Okay, granted, we're not near all-time highs, but you don't have to be to make money. Here was your descending channel and there. Last time I listed the chart, I think in this one was right there after you had your overthrow low and took this out, and then basically it's been moving up ever since, and here is another point of reference. So the Russell is telling you people are taking some risk. Finally, some money's rotated into the bios. I remember talking about the bios here twice. This was one time, gave you a move up to there, and then it broke this ascending channel, and then again right here. And now look at it, coming right back to that spot. Okay, so it's showing some appetite for risk with the 200-day right above it. This sector's been battered and bruised, and it's good to see some people looking for some alpha. That's when it broke to the downside, broke to the downside, broke to the downside, and now the question is, can it continue? Is it a little overbought? Yes, but does it mean that it has to go down? No. So participation. Banks, what did you guys do today? Hanging out, holding higher, holding above. Right here, look at this. This is your 2016 high, so you are seeing some commitment to it. So it would be nice with a stronger report tomorrow if the banks break out. Okay, that would be very helpful. Helpful to the leader, which is JP Morgan, which yesterday in the note we talked about can it hold the 8-day moving average. It did. So that's buy number one. And now we'll see if there's continuation tomorrow. Bank of America looks kind of set up too, where it could play some catch up. Maybe it breaks above this 15 and change to you go back up. It's been a laggard. Remember when I was talking about this for so long, and from 2008 it was in a great trend, trending and trending and trending, and now it's been broken since. And I guess you could say it has some room to hear. Okay, it's had big resistance where it failed, and now the question is, can it continue? So we'll see if there's some room to 16-ish or so, with this move. This was in a great trend all the way up to right about there, and that's when things kind of changed. And now we'll see what's next. But overall, we'll see. We'll see if I'm along it. We'll see. I feel like there's liquidity there, etc. Not the best, chart in the world, but it actually looks like it closed above the 200-day today, which, we'll see. Citigroup also hovering against the 200-day. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Strong report, and maybe that's something you go with. Then you go into high beta tech land. High beta tech land, not the most fun in the world. Lots of other things moving around. Amazon, that gave you the small little sell signal yesterday, gave some downside, but then reversed again today, still showing best in breed status. So Amazon, boom. What did it do? Oh, what did Quinky think? It held the 8-day. What has it been? Above the 8-day ever since here. So that's been the trend. And now it's back above the prior high and looking like something that can continue tomorrow. So small inside day, like this morning I said, I don't think that 726 is the old-time high of Amazon just because it had a smaller right dog reversal, but if you shorted yesterday, you made money today. And if you bought it back when it went through yesterday's low of 718, 728, that's $10. So if you're trading Amazon, you're probably doing real well, okay, especially if you use my pivots. If you're trading Facebook, you're probably frustrated. And unfortunately, that's something that I've been keying on also because there's more liquidity, I could take more size, but granted, I should probably be trading Amazon with less size because the moves are cleaner. So we'll see tomorrow if there's some kind of trade above this spot. I'm long a little Facebook. There's really no particular reason to be in it except for you want to be in tier 1 versus spot. And then if it starts to clear 120, maybe it gets back to leadership status and it's been a little bit quiet. So we'll see. There's not really Netflix. I tried today, didn't really do much. Maybe they want to pin it at 100. Apple, I gave you guys a great strategy today. Great. No, it wasn't great. It was okay. Saying that I think it holds the 21-day 96.80 was the spot on the chart this morning. And where did it close? It closed at 97.72, 90 cents higher. Little bottom tail. Remember I showed you this? You can look at my Twitter. Boom, saying if it's any good, it should hold around there. Well, it held around there, and maybe we see a little bit of a bounce tomorrow that'll help things. Here was your overthrow low in Apple. So not a bad spot, to rebuy back in Tradeverse. It's not the healthiest chart. Look at this. Ever since it broke here and fell to the 200-day, it still has a lot to prove, but there's some tactical trades here and there. Win from my note this morning. Looks good. Nice little trade above this 97 for those of you that took it. If you took it, congratulations. You're making a little bit of money. Okay, nice bull flag continuation right there. Boom. Now we'll see if we can take out the prior high. This was on my Redler 2016 thesis to break above here. Now it looks like it's going again. LVS, what do you look like? Poking your head. Not as constructive as Wynn, but Sheldon's not buying as many shares as Steve Wynn did, so maybe he gets to here. We shall see. Maybe something to do. MGM actually looks better than that too. Look at that move. Bow. Maybe showing the economy is decent because people are going to Vegas and having some fun because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Not that I've ever been there. Anyway, so what else is going on? Let's see. Let's think. What were people talking about today? People were talking about, oh, look at this, our old friend MBLY. I got to give you guys a shout out. I did not play it yesterday. Everyone's like, hey, it's Red Dog, you like MBLY last year. Why don't you look at it again? And I didn't look at it. A nice little clean move here. Avago, after hours, I think it's up. It's been best in breed stock. See if it can get above and stay above this high here. If it can, that might help the chips and some technology. Oil reversed. Oil, what are you doing? Nice little consolidation still, not a barn burner, but still holding the 21-day, and maybe tomorrow it tries to take this out and reclaim the 200-day, which would be helpful. XLE, what are you doing? What are you doing? You ever see that Saturday Night Live segment? Anyway, still holding here, hasn't broken out in a while. With a little help from oil, maybe that would help the overall broad indice. So here we are, Thursday, 424. It's been a week of consolidation. On Friday, I feel like we're in the exact same spot as last week. Question is, can we break out and go? Will the jobs report? It's like a, it's like a friggin' what's it called? Like what was that when you used to watch when you were sitting home sick from from school? General Hospital or so soap operas, like when they're like, stay tuned. Well, anyway, we'll see what happens. At this point, I don't think you can be too long in front of the jobs report or too short. Just do what you feel comfortable with. If you've had something for multiple weeks and you have a thesis, fine. If you want to be flat, that's cool too. But it does feel as if you're thinking that we break out to the upside, it seems as if the generals have a bit of an army behind them, or the bulls have a little bit of power to take it. I don't know how far, but take it at least above here. The sentiment's not great. There's not that many people involved. There's a lot of people behind in performance. So if we start to go, it could create a bit of a faster movement than we've seen in the past week. There's been tactical trades here and there. The VTF is putting out a lot of great ideas. I'm very proud of everyone that's on there. They're contributing and trying to make sure that everyone is in the moment of what's going on. And let's hope that continues, and we'll see how that transpires tomorrow. Have a great night. It's Thursday. It's a summer. It's beautiful out in the Northeast. Have some fun, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Don't have too much fun, because tomorrow you have to have your wits about you, because we could have a little bit of movement. Have a good night.